Virtually every couples therapist is familiar with the Gottman Institute. In particular, the famous Love Lab, where couples go in and are watched for many days while data is collected for future research. And while I could never cover all of the Gottman's great work in a single short video, I was asked about this statement in particular.
We've discovered in our research is that there's absolutely no such thing as constructive criticism. Anybody who gets put down, insulted, treated with sarcasm or insults or mockery actually gets more physically ill over time. It compromises the immune system.
In particular, whether I could explain some of the science in more detail behind that claim. And the short answer is physiological stress. Over and over again, the Gottmans have found a connection, a correlation between physiological arousal during fights in particular and eventual distress and sometimes disillusion of a relationship. And this especially involves our favorite stress hormone, cortisol. As one example, the stress hormone ACTH, that's a precursor to cortisol, it's the one that tells your body to release it, was twice as high in newlywed women who eventually found themselves in troubled relationships compared to those who found themselves in more successful ones. Further, when they looked at the physiological responses of couples having fights, those that had increased heart rate and breathing and sweaty palms and moving around faster in the room predicted whether or not later there would be more dissatisfaction and problems in the relationship. So when the claim is made that there is no constructive criticism, what they're really saying is that when you criticize someone else, tell them that they're bad, they're wrong, and you get that heightened response, it leads to dissatisfaction and disillusion in the relationship. Whereas instead, if you approach the other person saying, here's this thing that I want to work on together, and not you're bad, and that cortisol reaction is decreased, marital satisfaction in turn goes up. So I hope that answers the question, but let me know what other questions you might have in the comments below, and what you think overall.